Welcome to Joburg Today. I'm Danica Lelyland. The emphasis of the Ecomobility Festival has been to change the way we move, that is, to find greener modes of transport. This week, Johannesburg hosted speakers from around the world to discuss their experiences of ecomobility.
It is more than clear to all delegates here at the second Ecomobility World Festival that local governments need to take decisions that are relevant to a large variety of inhabitants and have a long-term impact.
There's some very exciting discussions taking place here at the Ecomobility World Festival's dialogue sessions. There are delegates present here from different parts of the world. They have the opportunity to present their urban plans, to share ideas and to talk about finding solutions when it comes to developing integrated transport systems that embraces and supports the realization of eco-mobility goals. Today we heard from the city of San Francisco, the city of London and the city of Kampala.
We were totally a car-dominated city. They were saying that traffic moved slower than in Victorian times when it was horses and carts. And it was awful to walk on the pavements. You know, when you wanted to get anywhere, you had to step out in the street to get around obstacles. And so we said, right, we've got to change this completely. So congestion charging helped to reduce the traffic impacts in the centre of the city, but we gave over street space to bus priority, so bus-only lanes, because the problem was nobody was using the buses because you never knew how long that bus journey was going to take. It might take 20 minutes or it might take an hour and a half because you didn't know what traffic jam you're going to. Now the bus journeys are predictable, so that was a very important aspect.
In the city of San Francisco, to support eco-mobility goals, it was imperative to get all role players involved. That is, government, advocacy groups and citizens.
We don't believe in forcing people to do anything. People have choices, and that's what we focused on. We focused on creating a system of choices so that these choices were equaled and as a good a value as the proposition of driving by yourself in your own car, which frankly doesn't have very good value because it's very expensive, parking is impossible, and it's it makes you unfit.
A voice in Africa came from the University of Kampala.
I think the local context is very important. We should not look at our solutions as very foreign and we want to implement them the way we have imported them. We need to look at solutions that work within our context, how our people behave, the movement patterns. For example, our urban planning in most of our cities is such that people stay very far from where they work. So how are we going to provide for eco-mobility if people have to ride for 20 kilometers morning and 20 kilometers in the evening? However interested they may be in eco-mobility, riding 40 kilometers per day is not going to be very attractive.
Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
I'm Lisa Raleigh and you're watching Joburg Today.
Join the conversation with us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. If you're one of those people constantly on the move, then pockettv.mobi. That's pocket with an I. The Ecomobility Festival is encouraging people who drive in cars to find alternative modes of transport. We followed one commuter who uses the Rea Vaya bus service.
The Rea Vaya bus rapid transit system has garnered much success since its launch in August of 2009, with its mandate to help decongest the city of Johannesburg. Now helping to transport more than 40,000 users, we decided to take a ride with a regular commuter to get a better understanding of his daily experience of the system and its workings.
I've been using the Rea Vaya for a year and a half now. Yeah. The experience with the Rea Vaya bus, it's very nice, but sometimes it's bad because they end at like 9 o'clock. So if you miss the bus, the last bus of 9 o'clock, then my worst experience, it was the strike. I remember that day. I was waiting for a bus. There was no buses. Then I had to use an alternative transport. I think they must extend the time because we do travel a lot sometimes, like especially people, they do work late at night, so they need to, more lane in Cresta. As you can see now, we're stuck in traffic. Plus free Wi-Fi. We need that free Wi-Fi though.
To get the other side of the coin, we spoke to Service Promotions Officer Itumeleng Mutzia on the system, the challenges they face, and future plans for the city.
The Transport Department uses a system called a Strategic Public Transport Network. What is that mainly is that they look at where majority of the public transport operates, you know, like your taxis, your buses, and then after then they decide to make a route there. In peak hours, you know, there's a oversurplus of demand, but you know, it's not something that we can't handle. The system has improved that in a sense that we have more routes now. We started off with 11 routes, now we have 23 routes. And we were transporting 30,000 passengers daily. Now it has moved up to 60,000 plus passengers. In the near future, we're actually going to have buses now that extend all the way to Sentin, through Alex, Louis Porter. So also Orange Grove, Rosebank, you know, are also going to be on the map. That's something that's going to happen early or late 2017.
With its plan to further interconnect the city, Rea Vaya promises to be a much viable means of getting around in a most cost-effective manner. I'm Riley Sakaniposakwe for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Mpho Pops Madikwani, and you're watching Joburg Today.
Whilst the focus this month may be green mobility, one award-winning entrepreneur has found a way to conserve water.
27-year-old Garankuwa-born entrepreneur and innovator Paseka Lesolang has become the latest Green Startup Challenge winner for his water-conserving idea, the beginning of which came from a very unlikely place.
I was seated in my grandmother's house in Garankuwa, which is a township northwest of Pretoria, and I heard an annoying sound coming from the toilet. I approached the toilet, I closed the tap, and the sound stopped. So logic prevailed that it is this water that's coming into the toilet that's causing the sound. But I started questioning myself, why doesn't it happen or stop automatically? Considering my grandparents' financial constraints, getting a plumber was not an option. So I decided to apply my mind and actually find a solution.
A BCom management graduate, Paseka credits his knowledge of marketing and business to his education and hands-on experience.
So BCom has really helped me to manage the business aspects of this product and to visualize it beyond where we are right now, to structure it in a way that we will not only thrive but also have follow-up technologies to sustain and to grow the business.
Since the completion of the prototype, Paseka's water hygiene convenience device has been well received, with demand as far as Botswana and talks with local Gauteng government.
The response from the users is great. It's a pity that I cannot cater to all of them one at a time. So I am very thankful for such media coverage, which assists us to cover the broader spectrum of the clientele we envisage. So the buy-in is growing day by day.
South Africa loses around 7.2 billion rands every year due to water leaks, many of which emanate from your own toilets. And taking into account that South Africa is one of the driest countries in the world, Paseka's technology comes at a time when it's needed most and can help us save tons of clean water. I'm Riley Sakaniposakwe for Joburg Today.
This is Simpiwa Mini. You are watching Joburg Today.
That brings us to the end of our show today, but be sure to check out our playlists for more. That's it from me, Danica. I'll leave you with Use Me by Jessie Clegg.
Back in ETV.
Wait for me, I'll wait for you. I can't tell you what to do. Oh, in the darkness I can feel you. Play the thief, I'll play the fool. Let the sky come over you. Oh, I will fall into the blue. my way back home to you. Losing faith, forgotten view. Oh, try to keep a hold on you. Oh, I don't know if I can get through. Every little thing, every single word that you told me, every last moment, chances you could console me. There's nothing to feel, there's nothing to feel now, there's nothing to feel.